and salutations! Welcome to the new and improved conversational podcast, where you're joining us for the first time. Oh, you're returning listener. We're thrilled to have you on board for another exciting adventure on the Polar Express, because it's goddamn fucking cold in this goddamn winter on the East Coast. But welcome to episode 213 of the Weebs Lounge podcast, a show where we talk about anime, manga, gaming, movies, and the weeb culture through the honest conversation of debates and chaotic energy. For this week, my weebsters, we're talking about where would you take your significant other, your partner, your date, your Valentine's in this special occasion, with you having no money or the limited money in your disposal, or if you had the fantasy of going out with your anime waifu, your body pillow, where would you take her? What date? Let us know. All powered by AniMa W3 Studio. Share this episode, bring your friends, and let's make this episode unforgettable and have a good time. Catch every new episode every week on Tuesday on your audio feed or on YouTube. It's your boy, Love and Peace, from the house of the tempest of your Tranquilito, the will of Latino he. I know Whawkins be questioning, like, how many times is he going to be changing it every single week? This man doesn't have a consistent intro. This man be going off the dome, but yes, that's how we be going, because I have the Tranquilito, the will of La Latino he, the will of fire, the will of D. I have too many wills of the concentration of all the anime, the power of friendship. I even have the fairy tale. I bring the vision to the visionary, because I don't get injured like the Vision or like the new one, like the Brown Breakout here, just by being the Steiner that you are. But like I said, I'm not the only wrestler here, and I'm not the one that got a belt, because he could do a suplex like the Alien Hound. Wait, no. Sorry, not Alien Hound. Hound is what I meant to say, because I'm going to pass it to my world champion that maybe could beat up some aliens in a probably new manga, new series that drop.
You know what's funny is you and Braun Breaker have similarities in, you both have issues with your ass in the past couple weeks. But that's crazy. Neither here nor there. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and ignorant children of the Isles, what is up and what is good? It is your reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion of the world. That's right. It's Whawkins here to be your guide through all the bullshit. And no, I'm not doing my usual ASMR shtick here. I am just not feeling good, so a little bit low energy for me, but hey, that's besides the point. We're going to be here. We're going to be talking about a few things, some felt things, some things about, like Vash said, oh yeah, new mangas dropping and all that. We'll talk about it here and there, and plus a nice little waifu talk, maybe woo some of you out there. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe we can look up into the clouds for all of our answers. What do you think?
Hello, I am Cloudy Crescent. I have all the answers to all the questions in existence. You may ask me anything, and I shall give you the truthful answer. For example, what is the meaning of life? Yu-Gi-Oh cards, duh. Anyone could have told you that.
I thought it was 42.
No,
I thought it was going to be 6, 7.
I am going.
You can kill him.
Look, I just gotta tell anybody.
This week's sword is Enma.
You guys want to kill me? Tell Neko this. She literally said it at the end of our recording for Off the Bench Chat. Go listen to our 5-hour podcast for our anime season on our podcast. She literally said it. Hey guys, you guys can't wait for our 67 episode next week. 6, 7, and of course, our youngest member in the team is the one that's saying it.
Unfortunately, I will now have to burn her contract now.
No. Neko gets a pass. She is a cat after all, so
Yeah.
All right, that's one life off the counter. But hey, we all have lives to talk about. In fact, I believe it's time that we start the Otaku Parlor. I tried making a segue for life into Parlor, but hey, these are our days of our lives. There, did it.
Chat, if it's your first time for showing up, if you don't know what he's talking about, we have the Otaku Parlor. Is where we discuss what we've been doing. Instead of the lounge, we come to the bar. We sit like Neko is. She's the youngest, but hey, like, Discord likes to make sure that we're all over 18. We here are over all 21, that we could go to the bar, grab a drink, and, have some libations like Cody Rhodes and Jay Uso be having their own press conference. If you know, you know. So things happen. But like in this show, we're in the comfort of our own homes, of any drink, coffee, or if you're in this east coast of the United States and cold as fucking hell, you are in the 0 degrees weather, so it's just nice and fun. So survive out there with your nice tea, your nice whiskey, whatever you be having, your libations of choice. Because the first thing, I will be going first because we have a little short Otaku Parlor. We're gonna be keeping up nice. But before we get into what we're discussing, I'm gonna keep it short because we're gonna also piggyback at the very end of our Otaku Parlor. If you guys want to hear our discussion of the Super Bowl, we will be talking about that at the very end. So, Vash, what the hell have you been doing? What is it that you've been consuming? What media have you been being entertained by? Chat, movies. Me and wife started The Wrecking Crew. We also started another movie called The Thursday Murder Club on Netflix. So we saw one on Netflix, one on Amazon Prime. Both movies have not been finished because just badly choices of having them start at 12 in the morning, almost hitting that 1 a.m. And then when you've been editing or sitting down on the chair and then doing a lot of work throughout the day, and then your wife is tired, and then you guys are trying to fight with your sleep, and then your wife asks you, hey, you're awake? I'm like, yeah, but then she hears me snoring, and then you try to lie to her and be like, yeah, I'm still awake. It's just me resting. I'm just in my resting phase. I'm not like locking, but I'm here still paying attention. So good movies. The Thursday Murder Club, I highly recommend. Even though I was falling asleep in my phase, don't mean it's bad. The only reason I say that is because you had Pierce Brosnan, like, hey, you have James Bond, one of the previous James Bond from the early 80s, 90s, I believe. So you have him there. So like, why not? He's amazing. Even though when I look at him, I'm like, damn, you are old, because he got that white hair and everything. You got that. You got the guy that played Lucifer in the not CW, in the Fox / Netflix production.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot Tom something. Tom something. I can't remember his full
Tom
name.
Ellis?
Yeah. No, yeah, Tom Ellis could be, yeah. There's a lot of Toms in the entertainment industry world with all these Toms that you get them confused, and a lot of them are UK people if you also think about it at the end of the day as well. But in the aspect, I do recommend these two films. The Wrecking Crew is one I do recommend to Whawkins because you will have a laugh, because it's Jason Momoa and Batista. Their chemistry, their banter, it's fun. Me and wifey do plan to probably finish it this week. I do say it's a 2-hour film involving the Yakuza in Hawaii, and also involving a bit of slow burn of backstory, the brotherly build of the Jason Momoa and Batista characters. Really good. It's just interesting just to see a guy that you grew up with, a Batista, from the early 2000s to how he is now. Sometimes you just can't take that out of your mind, but it takes a bit for me. It takes a bit. But that's my quick movie shout out. For my TV, I will say this. We are still not back on the One Piece Grumpus because I'm not rushing. Because technically, we are 120 episodes away from being cut up. So it's nothing too stressful. And it won't come back until the first week of April. So I still got like 5 weeks, Josh. Still got 5 weeks. But I know we got to put in the work. Latest the first week of March. So we could put those 120 episodes on the docket. Or start early this week of February. So I know I got to put in the work. However, I'm going to rapid fire to you, chat about something. Because this is my homework for the next couple weeks. You guys might get some short form content or some short form videos of it, because in March we're not doing a lot of Otaku Parlor or a lot of media discussion, because we haven't, you heard it here, fantasy, oh no wait, I was gonna say fantasy football, it's not fantasy tournaments, March Madness, thank you, March Madness with Weebs media anime stuff or being done, and the host for that is gonna be Whawkins, so a big shout out to him. If you guys don't like the topics, you guys could talk to HR, aka Whawkins, for that. But the thing I want to tell you guys
over there,
filthy
the doors over there.
The shows that I'll be watching is Wonder Man on Disney Plus, and this is all to you motherfuckers on the timeline. Go fuck yourself, because you guys spoil me in the fucking ending, which I'm not mad about, because I'm happy about it. It teaches me to want to watch it more. I'm just mad that I got spoiled about what this person is, and if you guys know comics, you know it's one or the other, and you guys could figure that out if you guys know what I'm talking about, for those that have seen it. But the other shows that I am watching, big shout out to Apple TV though, because Apple TV is underrated. Like, honestly, when it comes to their content, to the media, their content is really underrated because they really have some good stuff. One of them that I'm going to be planning to finish is Ted Lasso Season 2 and start Season 3 because Season 4 is premiering this summer. So I need to check that out. And Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 1 before Season 2 drops next week. If you guys are unaware about, this is a connection to the monster universe of Godzilla and King Kong. So I'm really interested to know more about this. I'm a big kaiju fan, even though I have not seen Godzilla -1. So I need to see. I still want to. Yes, I know. I do plan to watch it, so we could talk about it and review and everything.
The new one's coming out this year.
Yes, and we will. Hey, if
time.
anything, I could wait until then so we could review the week before the original one and then talk about the sequel. We could talk about when it gets closer, but I do want to check out the Monarch Legacy of Monsters because Season 2 comes out, I think, like February 18th around there. However, the next thing that I'm gonna be watching all this should be done before fucking like in the end of the month because the first week of March is literally from March 1st to March 10th. 2 projects, TV shows are being watched. Daredevil Season 1, aka Born Again, so aka Season 4 technically, and then One Piece live action, the first 8 episodes because I have not seen the One Piece live action, and Season 2 comes out. And if I'm with Cloudy and also Whawkins, we're gonna be talking about One Piece, and we might do a little conversation about Season 2. So I'm excited for.
I was gonna say we should definitely do like a side video for One Piece live action.
There's gonna be so much to talk about.
We have to like a little special. So hey guys, stay tuned. That might be a 4-hour conversation. Who knows? Just like After Binges, you never know when you step in and end the show. But that is what I'm excited for. And like I have on the end of my notes, I got a shout out to John Wick because this line lives fucking rent free. When the Russians were asking him, "Are you back, John Wick?" And he literally had a moment to think about it, like, you know what? I'm tired of you guys asking me if I'm fucking back. You know what? I am fucking back because I feel this in my soul. Watching these TV shows, watching these animes, and consuming this media, it makes me feel the adrenaline of content creation and adrenaline of just making and discussing content already. Because I see all these other content creators that have inspired me to talk about it and see them being successful, going to fucking TikTok events, traveling the world, going to these, red carpets, and it's been like, yo, I want to be there too. I gotta get back on my grind. Watch these mainstream TV shows, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm hustling. That's why I gotta pack my 2-3 year time skip of movies and TV shows I fucking missed. Squeeze them in with the no time that I still currently don't have, with all the rest of the content I consume, with all the rest of the content that we do, with all the media and anime content I do. Let's just add more TV shows and let's make it where I don't sleep already. So it is fun. But the one show I want to quickly talk to you guys about and recommend, because that involves Apple TV, is Severance. Highly recommended. It's directed and executive producer by Ben Stiller. There's also a writer that I cannot remember top of my head. I didn't pull up the information in the notes for it, but I really highly suggest for anybody, if you haven't had the chance, please pay for Apple TV, or if you want to go on the high seas like the One Piece, Grand Crew, please watch Severance. It's a great show. Cinematic, editing, score, the actors, everything's beautifully well done, where you can literally feel the connection of what's happening on screen. You feel on your toes of the decisions of characters' choices that you may not even agree with, and things that makes you question your own reality of like, what are the choices in the way that gets asked. Like, if you guys don't know the concept, is imagine like, Whawkins has said it here on the show that he works a 9-to-5 job, like office job. Imagine when he clocks in at 9 o'clock, that brain of his turns off, and it's a different version of Whawkins that just clocks into work and just does the job. But that once that 5 o'clock hits, he literally turns back on and is regular Whawkins. So maybe he might still have that energy to go home, make that content, maybe watch something, and also have a different vibe. So that's the concept of Severance, but it's very mysterious. Like they say, the work is mysterious, and that's what makes it fun. But how mysterious can it be when you don't even know any information involving the work that you do? And then it builds up more because you find out what happens before. You get a little flashback scene, a little montage scene, and just everything happens so well in the editing. Like Season 2, Neko, big shout out to Rogers Base. He also recommended me the show. I took him to last year, April, to the building that is shot Lumen building, but it's actually in New Jersey. It's like a 2-hour or less drive here from New York. And I took Roger last year in April. It was a great drive. When season 3 drops, guys, you're gonna see a shot directed, done by Vash, directing Roger's base, literally almost doing the same sequence of the show in my dad's car, in the concept of actually being Severance and everything. Really cool concept that we did. Hopefully it came well on Earth, because I haven't even seen the finished product, but I'm very excited for that. But nonetheless, I really want to recommend for anybody. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to talk about it too much for any of them who haven't seen it. The reason I'm also being vague is because my 2 co-hosts here have not seen it themselves. And I just want anybody to check it out before season 3 airs, because I will talk about it when season 3 airs. And I will be excited to just be like, hey, you guys better catch up, because I need to talk about it. I need to get exposed to that more. And it's just a fun show that if you want to see great actors literally question reality and what it is, that what is real is a soul that just got born, or that just got, that could just be taken away, even though it's the same body. Is it cheating your wife when you're all the same person and kissing the same person, just not the same personality or same mindset? Those are questions to answer. And also, fuck you, any Mark. You know. That's all I'm saying. Hey, I just gotta be respectful to where it is. Fuck you, any Mark. You know what you did. K1 for season 3. It has me on my toes. I'm hooked. I'm here. Apple TV has some good products, some good shows to actually execute, and I recommend for anybody to watch it. That's all I got for my Otaku Parlor. Anybody got some comments about the show or my thoughts?
I know that whole mindset of oh yeah, you're a different person when you go to work. Yeah, I kind of have that myself, where it's just okay, I'm now work Whawkins. I'm in that work mindset where it's I'm not as jokey. I'm not it's just a weird different mindset. You do feel you do feel like a different person, but yeah, Severance is one of those shows that's been on my list. So it's just I just need to make time to watch it. As I'll explain in my Otaku Parlor. Yeah, I get to shows a little later, which is fine. We don't have to watch them immediately unless you do coverage for it. But yeah, there's a show that's been on my list that I'm bumping up just because why not? So Severance, one day you'll get watched eventually.
Hopefully do. I think you would love it. I think you would really enjoy it.
Yeah, especially now with it being 2 seasons, that's an easy watch.
It's less than 20 episodes, and also one that I think you will enjoy, of how positive and how meaningful and how influential his character is, Ted Lasso. The character Ted, you will really enjoy him. His messages, how positive he is, and I think you do really enjoy that for his character for Ted, so that's one I recommend. Cloudy, you got any thoughts about it? Have you ever watched the show? Do you have Apple TV, or you go on the high seas, anything like that?
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many streaming sites, some considered to be unnatural. So yeah, given off of those recommendations, I'll probably watch Severance. It sounds like an interesting concept, because I relate to the whole you're a different person when you're in the office compared to when you get out. So I like that idea.
Awesome. So, chat, that was my Otaku Parlor. That's all I got. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the discussion. Hopefully, guys, you have also seen, Severance. Please let me know in the comment section. Would you guys want to hear a solo review from me? Because I would love to talk about it and, spread more. Or maybe I could find it if Neko or Roger's free and we could talk about the show itself. Because I know Roger did a whole hour or two when he does his show Japan time and everything. So, big shout out for his coverage for that. But I'm going to pass it to Whawkins. Tell us about your life and tell us how great it is when you're watching the back past tense. I was trying to use a transition for Shogun, but it did not work. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. So speaking of shows that are on my list that I eventually start, yeah, I'm planning on starting Shogun. It's something that I've wanted to watch. I wanted to watch it weekly when it was dropping, but I just never got around to it. Life and all that stuff and everything. But yeah, I've been wanting to watch it because I do remember a Shogun show that I actually watched with my dad back in the days where Netflix would be the service where you would order DVDs from.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The ancient ways.
Yeah. Oh my God, the ancient times. Yeah. No, we had rented like a couple discs from that old Shogun show. So yeah, I wanted to check this out for quite a bit because yeah, I have heard really good things about it. So yeah, it'll be watched. We'll see how long it takes me to finish it because hey, time is a thing. But speaking of one thing that didn't take a lot of time to watch that I did consume, and I'm counting it as my movie this week, even though it's not really a movie, but
it's a TV special. Is what they call it.
It's special. The Muppet Show return, and by God, it's you see a lot of posts online of people just like over. I don't want to say overhyping, but like maybe overpraising things, like saying things like, "Oh, we've needed something like this in our lives," like shit like that. And like you see that a lot, or how American commercials are with movies, where it's just like, "Oh, this is the #1 movie in America." It's just like, no, it's not. You lost a Markiplier in the Iron Lung, but anyways, that's beside the point. No. We've needed the Muppet Show. We've needed something like the Muppet Show for quite some time. Is this the best thing ever? No. I would say it's not.
How's Sabrina Carpenter? Because I know they promoted her as a big guest.
Yeah, and I'll get to her in just a moment here. But like with the Muppet Show, it doesn't have to be perfect because that's just the Muppets. They are just a group of ragtag puppets that put on a sketch show. They have little sketches that they do, or little, I'll just leave it as sketches and all that. So this special mainly focused on like, okay, we have one night to just come back right here. And the whole like through line is like, okay, they kind of have to cut some things. They have to like not have certain roles or certain performances go on. So like Miss Piggy, she has like 3 of them, and they have to cut one of them. So like she interrupts Kermit and Sabrina Carpenter singing a song together, and then Miss Piggy and Sabrina end up singing it together. And there's this whole bit of how Miss Piggy is suing Sabrina Carpenter for gimmick infringement, as I'm calling it. Basically, hey, you stole my look. Just funny little lines of like, okay, yeah, the lawyers will take care of that, like just things like that. All that I had mentioned when the trailer dropped for this, the bit with Seth Rogen, I thought the continuation of that was so great, where Fozzie's just like, where he's just like, so the whole setup of it is like, hey, we need to cut some acts because we don't have enough time. And so Fozzie goes up to Seth Rogen, he's just like, yeah, we need to cut you. And Seth's just like, but I'm the executive producer. Oh, great. So you could tell yourself the bad news then. It's like moments like that. But like there's also like so much heart behind it. Like I'm not gonna lie, dude. The last thing they did was they had all the Muppets, because like they didn't know how to end the show. So Kermit just like goes on stage. He's just like, I don't know if we're going to be back for all this. This is our one time. We don't know how to really end it. And then he starts singing Queen's Don't Stop Me Now. I'm not going to lie, dude. I got a little teary eyed with it, because it's just like, yeah, luckily this special did do well, but it at least ended like this in a way where it's just like, no matter what happens to the Muppets here, they will continue to come. They will make comebacks every so often. They'll come back, whether it's like doing this show again, doing a movie, doing the Office 30 Rock type show, which I'm sorry, I liked that show. I wish that thing came back. There was a clip the other day that went around of Fozzie, like he was meeting the parents of his girlfriend, and the dad, like they're eating salmon, and she's just like the mom's just like, oh, I bet this is different than how you normally eat it. And Fozzie's just like, well, no, I normally eat it cooked like this. I don't eat it from the river and all that. And then the dad's just like, yeah, if you guys have kids, what are they going to do? Go to the bathroom in the woods? And Fozzie just puts his utensils down. And he's just like, that is an offensive stereotype. But it's like, so like the comedy was there for the special. I'll say that some bits were a little better than others. You know, I'm not really a fan of the pigs with wigs segment. The thing that got me with it, the thing that got me with it was Pepe being part of it. I thought that was
the saving thing. That was the whole. Yeah, I like that a lot.
But everything else with it, I'm just like, whatever. Sabrina Carpenter sang another song. Rizzo, no, this part was cool. Rizzo sang "Blinding Lights." That part was good. That part was really good. Yep. Maya Rudolph died and then came back to life.
Is there any way that... Don't worry, we're doing great. Maya Rudolph is dead.
Breaking news, Maya Rudolph is alive.
Honestly, the Maya Rudolph bits were my least favorite part in that special.
I could see that. I think that part was saved by like that news part. But I mean, the Muppet Show did do pretty well. Apparently, it did like 3 million on ABC that night, which is
that's good,
amazing. And it's been #1 on Disney Plus for like the whole week. I don't know if it still is or not. I haven't checked it. So there is hope to get more because, like I said earlier, the Muppets don't have to be perfect. But as long as the heart's behind it, which you could tell that the heart was behind it in this special, then give me more. Give me more, please. Especially Statler and Waldorf. Give me more of them in anything. But yeah, Trevor, I'm sure you have some other things to add.
Oh, dude. I just want to harp on the point where it's like, yeah, the special wasn't perfect, but that's pretty much like every single episode of the Muppet Show. Yeah. It's not trying to be perfect. It's not trying to be the absolute best comedic thing ever. I mean, they certainly give it an A effort, but it's like the important thing is like these are puppets that just are trying to have fun with the audience, and that's you. It's family friendly fun for everyone, and I've seen people be like, oh, they're doing Sabrina Carpenter. Oh, in the future with blinding lights. That's cringe. That's too new. It's cringe to do that. It's like Muppets have always been doing the modern thing since they've been there. What do you mean?
If anybody gets mad at Sabrina Carpenter, I feel like they're just being forced to not like her because I'm like, she I'm not just say this. There's a side comment involving her though. If you've seen her at the Grammys and the way she looks at Bad Bunny, that gif has been around. If you know what I'm talking about, the way she knows how to give you that death stare, or the lock in eyes, and knows how to move that tongue from left to right and look like she's about to eat you up. She knows how to give you the best look gifts. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
Great guess from what I heard.
Yeah. So I mean that's just the thing. It was a great special. I want more. Even honestly, I just want more Muppets just doing anything. Like whether it's this show, whether it's them doing like, Trevor, I thought about this the other day too, and maybe you could see the vision, if you will, with this statement. The Muppets are probably why you and I really, really much enjoy Goes Wrong.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, they like. There's another recommendation for you guys out there. Go watch not only the Goes Wrong show, both seasons, but Peter Pan Goes Wrong.
Yes.
Christmas Carol Goes Wrong.
Yes, and we should mention
he's completely incapacitated.
We should mention there's no paywall. The whole thing's on YouTube for free. Go look it up. The Goes Wrong show. That's all you need to do.
In fact, Vash, we'll watch an episode with you one night.
Absolutely.
we'll make a watch party of it because it's some fun. Dude, which one?
I love how they always drag me
supposed
in these
to do?
ideas. Like I love how they always just say, "Yo, Vash is gonna do this." I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I am." But when I say, "Hey, let's just hook you in to watch Severance next week," they're like, "Yo, I'll maybe fit that in my schedule." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Damn,
maybe, you know.
maybe." But Vash could be just dragging Kidnap. It seems like he just goes with the flow.
Well, we're dragging you in because we do have to make you watch the pilot. That's not the pilot.
So it's like it's like the same thing with Villain Saga. It's the first season was the prequel to that story.
No, it's literally an episode of like it's about
no.
a pilot, but it's not the pilot show. It's not the
It's
pilot.
the pilot episode.
Oh, I see the meta or the 4-4 breaking.
It's
wait.
glorious.
I can't wait to get to the toothpaste one.
Look, that's something I'm glad that we have very similar comedy taste, because there's some things that I would love to watch with my wife, but she doesn't get in the mood for. Like when it comes to stand-up comedy, or even like I try to watch the Muppet Show, but I like to watch it with like those type of things as a communion, like with people at times. But my girl doesn't have that taste, so she's like, you know what, I'm not in the mood for. I'm like, okay, I guess I will just wait weeks later by myself or something when I find the time for it. Because like there's some cool stand-up shows that I could have watched on Netflix, but she's like, nah, not in the mood. So then that's when you gotta watch, find those movies and then fall asleep to it, chat, going back to what I said earlier, watching only a good 30 minutes into the show of a movie, and then you be like, hey, I'll go back to the future. But hey, I'm glad we will watch these projects, these comedy skits, these, Muppet shows and everything. We will watch them in the future. I'm here for it. I'm okay getting kidnapped by consent.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Perfect.
Yeah, you heard it here, folks. He consented to that kidnapping. So, moving right along. Oh my God. That was a song from the Muppet movie. Oh my God. Moving right along. Look at that little segue.
Bazinga.
Anywho. Anime and manga. So, continuing my Iruma-kun read through / watch through, but it's mainly the read through. I got up to chapter 184 of Iruma, which means I have finished the music festival arc. And by God, Iruma, you're scratching the surface of my top 5, which is a high mark. That is a high, like, this Cloud here thinks it's hard to like get him to be like to get into his top 10 at least, no, my top 5 is sacred. That is a realm that only gods wish they could be in. Nah. You're scratching it. You're like clawing at it right now.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that's able to talk to Iruma-kun with you when it comes to spring season, because none of my team in Off the Bench is gonna watch Iruma-kun. So I'm very sad. It's gonna be me only talking about it during honorable mention. So I'm glad I can at least talk about it during our show, Weebs Lounge. I'm like, alright, cool. Fuck it. I'm not gonna be able to talk about it Off the Bench chat. If you guys wanna go check it out, I'm be like, hey, go check out Weebs Lounge. I'll talk about Iruma-kun during that episode.
Now, I'll say this. I think it is a better read than watching the anime.
I get it.
And that's nothing. Yeah, that's nothing against the anime fully. It's just the page turns are a lot better. I think the art in the manga is better.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I just feel like the anime gives it too artistic because it's very colorful, which some people may take that as too much. Which even though anime is colorful, but just with these characters, how they're all in their personalities, they're in the demon world. I just feel like it's too much for people at times, or they see it as too kiddish in a way, possibly.
That was gonna be my thing. Is like I could see people thinking that this is very kid friendly, which
and that's what
I could see that. Anyways, that's why I would rather recommend the manga for people. But man, the anime does add some things that are very hilarious. Plus, having the voices too really helps. But like with the manga, though, I mean, so the music festival arc, they basically have to make a performance and all that stuff. So they have to perform music, like they choose to do a band and all that. And like you meet a new character who's like part of the class and all that, like, and I'm not spoiling anything that you don't already know by the end of season 2 or no, sorry, season 3. because that character got introduced at the end of season 3, where it's just like, yeah, he's been there the whole time. No, I call that the gaslit chapter or the gaslit panel. Like this, and Trevor, you heard me go off the other night about this shit. About
and they do that on
gaslit.
purpose.
Oh yeah, they do. And then we literally had to go back to the first episode, and he was introduced, and he doesn't show up. Like he's in the background the whole
Many
time.
times,
That's a whole other thing. But it's like this arc was really good. It put me into a mindset that I hadn't been in a long time, just when it comes to a lot of things in general. Because so the musical instruments in the demon world, in the netherworld or whatever, they change shape depending on the person that's playing it and what they're trying to get across. So like with Aruma, for example, he starts trying to play the piano. The piano changes at first to like this soft, fluffy balloon kind of looking thing. Because, Aruma's a soft boy, he's a good boy and all that. So it's like, okay, that's not really demonic enough. You're not getting the point across. But like, it's not only that, but it's like you get a moment where like one of the characters is talking about the piece that they're doing and all that. And I'm like, I haven't heard interpretation like this in so long. Because then like you see Aruma's interpretation of it. And then like having everybody rehearse for it. I don't want to say too much because it's like it's something that's like I feel like people should really experience with it. Like it's just watch read Aruma-kun first of all, and like season 4 is going to be covering this stuff too. So I really don't want to say too much because I know that like the anime is going to have the performance aspect of it, so like we'll hear this song and everything. But and even with like the character they introduce, I mean he has a moment with Aruma on the roof of their classroom.
I have a question. With this series, really does it hit because you kept saying the musical art? Is it because of your background of being a musician and everything? Did that just connect more with having like a manga and having like the musical aspect of the components involving this arc and just hit the right heartstrings? Like, is how we're excited for this new type of wrestling manga. So this wrestling manga, it just hits for us because it's manga and wrestling. How are they going to execute that? So it's kind of the same for like Iruma being a manga, but having that type of music components.
Yeah, a little bit like that. Like what I was saying. You hear two interpretations of this piece and all that, and then you do have this character come in that is like the biggest musician of the whole demon realm and all that. And I won't spoil what happens with it, but like when they do the scoring, it's no, I can't say too much. It's can't special, like. It just leads to a really good moment that just reminds you of why art is the way it is and why it's so important to have the person behind the art, not this AI bullshit. Like it's just really good. Go read it. Go read it. Trevor, go read Aruma-kun. Join me on this journey, man. It's
I can't wait to experience it because as a quick really reminder, good, I haven't finished season 2 or 3, and I'm planning that as well. On top of the TV shows that I recommend that I mentioned earlier, I'm starting my Aruma-kun journey again for the anime watch along on twitch.tv/AniMa Studio sometime next week. So that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So again, I don't want to say too much because like a lot of it is just kind of like some of it's personal stuff, but a lot of it is just like how this is my other thing too. I'm glad that like I'm reading Aruma now, and this is why like I've always had the mindset of you never really get into a series in the right time of your life. Or like, or something like that never comes to you correction on that term. Series like this come to you at the perfect time of your life. Because if I had started reading this like when it first came out, I would probably feel the same emotions, but they wouldn't hit as hard as they do now because of the experiences I've had just in life in general and all that. So yeah, I highly recommend Iruma. Again, it's scratching that top 5. It's scratching it, and I'll go on the record saying it too, because I saw this tweet going around. The Misfit 13 class are better than 1A. Just saying that. Just gonna go ahead and say that.
You know what? Even though I have not finished season 2 or finished season 3, even though I've read My Hero Academia 92% of the series, I would agree with that. 1A is lesser than, not because of a bad thing, it's just literally the Misfit class. Each of them are unique in their own way and have contributed within the overall series as well. And a big shout out that also got a spinoff. Iruma-kun also got a spinoff announced.
Well, it's got multiple spinoffs.
Yeah, more, but just it recently one added.
Yeah, which deals with one of the characters you'll meet in season 4. Yeah, who was introduced in this arc. So
a what if scenario.
Yeah, and the other one is another what if scenario about them being in the mafia.
Yeah,
can't wait to read that one, which is also getting an anime.
Yeah, it did. Yes, that's perfectly brought up in the conversation.
But enough about Iruma. Video games. And I guess this is just a really quick plug. Doing Assassin's Creed 2 on Twitch. So I'll be streaming those definitely on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the time being. Probably going to add another day in there as well. But yeah, going to be doing that, trying to get that up, and the VODs will be up on the personal channel. But that leads me to my last segment. I actually have some retail therapy this week. Holy shnikes. I bought new mangas. I bought new mangus this week.
Impossible.
So speaking of Iruma, the brain rot continues. I got volume 1 of Iruma. So that's now being added to my manga collection. So yeah, hold on. I'm just going to turn to a random page. Like, dude, fucking... Look, it's freaking Calico right there, dude.
The art's amazing. It's so good.
Wait, hold on. Does this have the Nah, never mind. I can't spoil that. Oh yeah, the summoning, the familiars.
Quick side question involving Iruma, because I know the other one you're about to bring up. Do you see a lot of comparisons for the next volume that you're about to bring up, the volume 1 for Iruma, since they're both the same artist? I mean, same author.
There are some similarities I'm seeing, so I'm excited to kind of get more into Iruma and probably end up rereading Itchy the Witch. I got volume 1 of Itchy the Witch, the last one at my bookstore, so I got lucky with that one. Also recommend this for anybody who hasn't started it yet, because oh my gosh, I mean, you got the goat Discaris, you got the goat Discaris in there.
By the way, should we talk about the news that dropped previously last week of why she has her design? Did you not see it?
What was it again?
The author said,
to
the artist, saying that you are gonna have the design because, Trevor, I want you to notice. Imagine the author deadass telling the artist one thing: you could draw however you want, but the one focal point is draw like the emoji from your phone that has the cute little eyes type of and watery.
Yeah.
That's all the creator, the author told the artist, that's all you need. From there on, go whatever you want to do, Russ.
And she made, hold on, I'm gonna try, because I know the one panel of her intros in here. Hold on. Yeah, she had that prompt and made a character like that, bruh. But
I respect
the last volume I got, volume 3 of Steel Ball Run. Aren't you? Yes, good. Hey, that season's starting soon too.
In March too.
God. We're
In
gonna
March.
have so much to talk about.
Yeah,
Oh
March
my
is
God,
packed.
yes.
Oh my god, I remember Invincible 2. Oh my god.
Which
The
fun
Boys?
fact, they're up to volume 5, just so you know. So there's still time to start, Trevor. But that's it. That's all I got. I'll shut up now.
Hey, just saying, chat, as a quick reminder, we also have The Boys, Invincible. We also have the Star Wars show, and I think like one more other as well. But with that being said, let's get on to Big News Buzz Central. Let's sit down in the latest of the lounge and hear what has happened in the latest of media. Get ready to dive into the latest buzz, the hottest news of our spitting opinions on everything entertainment. Because we're here to fucking talk about the bullshit of this past week news. Because I know damn well I put one down in our anime ladies section for anime manga. That one that has me pissed off because I've been supporting them for 12 years. So chat, just wait until that. If you know what it is that I just mentioned, that some prices has to go up, but not without fixing the bullshit, hey, we will talk about it momentarily, chat. But the first thing, as always, we have sweaty news. Is our gaming conversation. We have our anime lady and anime manga, and then we have our Weebs news, that's movie, TV, and anime media. Then after, our main topic for this show is where would you take your anime waifu, your comic waifu, your light novel, your book, your hentai, or your whatever choice that you watch in the dark webs. We will talk about that. Your fantasy booking, your fantasy dating, your Valentine's Day. So comment down below right before we get there. Let us know what's your choice. We would love to talk about it. But we have for our sweaty news games, we have two topics. We have the Digimon Time Stranger coming to Switch 1 and Switch 2. Yes, I just call it Switch 1, Switch 2 because I just felt it. That's all. And then we have our Pokemon Gen 10 looks. We have some conversations, some speculations. But before we get into the Pokemon, let's talk about the excitement for Whawkins, because he will be buying not just one game already, he'll be buying his second version.
Oh yeah. So when it comes to gaming news, I mean there was a Nintendo Direct the other day,
yes, John,
which had a lot to say about, like, I think it was like, what was it, partner showcase or whatever?
Yes, it was.
And
I think it was like a good 30 minutes, I believe.
Yeah, it was a good fair bit. I mean, some good announcements on there. I mean, we're getting Rebirth, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on the Switch too, which, yeah, obvious. Obvious thing was obvious. I don't know, not a lot of announcements from it really sparked much interest in me, except Digimon Time Stranger finally coming onto the Nintendo Switch 2, which, yes, I will be buying it again. Get off my back, I don't care. So my playthrough on the Xbox was just the beginning. It was the warm-up round, if you will. So I'll be buying that in July. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Plus it's coming out on the Switch as well, so like if you haven't upgraded to a Switch 2, you can still get this. Obviously, some of the graphics, I guess, won't be as good, but whatever, it's fine. It's still a good game. So, Trevor, you can actually get this Digimon game. Huzzah! If you haven't already. On
no,
your PC.
Not yet.
All right.
Me neither.
Well, now you can get it. Handheld.
Hey, Game Pass.
Take
Would
it
it be
everywhere.
nice? Would it be nice to drop that shit on your software?
Well,
Nice?
it would be, but
It'd be
yeah.
really appreciated. But
Yeah.
we have the big news that we're going to be talking about. And yes, chat, just be aware that we will be talking about Pokemon again in the beginning of March, because they're going to be having their 30th year anniversary, right? 30th year anniversary for Pokemon. And this is what will we be talking about it? It's most likely the official announcement of Gen 10. And what are the current leaks? Because yes, leaks happen, reports happen. And it's right now Pokemon Wind and Wave Gen 10 leaks has been revealed, this gym and a few other stuff. So I want to ask you guys, how do you guys feel about what has been leaked so far? What do you hope that actually stays true? What is it that you hope that doesn't stay true? Like, what is it that you have liked so far?
All right, Whawkins, who's going first?
I haven't even looked at it, so you go ahead first.
Alrighty then. So the fan in me is like, oh my god, Gen 10, hooray! And then you give me a title that says Pokemon Wave. I'm like, all right, I'm a beach guy. Let's go. Let's see what happens.
I'm gonna just say it's bland. Oh, the name titles are bland for me. Wind and Wave. I don't know. I'd rather have her Wind and Water or something. I don't know.
I can see that. But unfortunately, it's like, even though the fan of me is like, oh yeah, that sounds really cool. And then I look at these links like, yeah, they look cool. And we're going to get to those in a second. The memories within me from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are flooding in. And it's like, oh, wait, that's right. There were massive problems with Gen 9. Oh, and there were massive problems with Gen 8 too. All right, let's see if you fix your shit this time. Here's hoping. But yeah, according to the leaks, this isn't just like you're like, oh, well, there's the starter Pokemon have been revealed in like very blurry JPEGs. Like, no. The whole island system has been leaked. Yeah. So it's like, here's Island 1, here's Island 2, Island 3, and I believe it goes through like 17 islands, yes, with two oceans, 2 different oceans, 1 deep sea. So we already know it's like, all right, so we are going down further than probably Gen 9 ever did with that what was it? The biome, the DLC biome, where it's like, oh, it's underwater.
Oh yeah.
So it's probably going to go deeper than that. And then, of course, legendary temples. And part of these leaks they don't particularly like explain what they are, but they have like several aspects. Like, oh, Island 9 has like a gym for the normal type. Island 8, it's like, oh, well, this is the capital city and the Pokemon Center headquarters and has a TM shop. Island 6 has a flying gym. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Very interesting. Read them at your own peril. I know I was spoiled like pretty much all of it. Oops.
Right.
That's fine.
You said the basic, the 17 islands, 2 oceans, deep sea, yeah, and you said literally 2 islands with the detail. I don't feel like that's basic information, and just knowing that there's a few places, landmarks, I feel like they try to be different. Chat, by the way, I haven't played Gen 8 or 9. I've seen it from my friends. I've seen it when they're streaming, stuff like that, so I don't know much about it. I'm still on Pokemon Shield, so I think that's Gen 7, right? Or
that is Gen 8.
Gen 8, I did like. 8. All right, so Gen 8, I did like. I have Shield. Is it perfect? No, but it was enjoyable as its first type of platform like that. I still want to get the remastered versions that came out after Shield and Sword. I forgot what they are. And then I was gonna jump into Arceus and the other one that was a spinoff and everything else. But Gen 9 haven't touched, but I heard it has its flaws, and I've seen the fucking glitches. That shit. And also you giving me your legendary as a bike and motorcycle, I didn't fuck with that shit either. I don't know, I feel like me doing the work to actually get the legendary at that, like I don't know, like I feel like I want to be rewarded for my work, not just be gifted at that in the beginning. I get it for purpose.
Kinda.
Oh, you did?
I kind of like how Gen 9 did it like that.
Yeah, it was a refreshing change of pace.
All right.
Yeah. Well, because like the thing is with like Koraidon and Miraidon is, spoiler alert,
yes,
they're not really legendaries. Which is weird. It's like, because like Koraidon is the past version of a Pokemon called Cyclizar.
Oh, Cyclizar, yeah.
Yeah, Cyclizar. And then Miraidon is like the future version of it. And it's just like, how do you go from being like this badass Indian looking motorbike
dinosaur dragon
to a boring ass bicycle dragon?
What?
To then an even better jet dragon? Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's like going, it's like cool. It's like being Roman Reigns and then evolving through time to become
Roman Reigns,
Tongaloa, and then evolving through time to become Jacob Fatu. Yeah. See, I can see the brain turning right now. I can see the brain turning.
Fuck.
Like it's
Fuck.
like
it's like I get that reference
how do you
so
do
well. That's honestly a great way to explain it for anybody that's a resident fan. Like, that's perfect. And also has me upset because it's like, Tangolo is not bad or good, but it's like, you go from Romans the greatness to the god, or you go become the future god of the Jigafat too. Like, damn.
Yeah.
I see that. Interesting, and great analogy.
I almost put Solo in the middle, but I'm like, nah, that's disrespectful to Cyclozar.
All right. But Whawkins, talk to me how you feel about this Gen 10 leaks overall.
I'll have to look more into them to really like say anything about them, but by the time I get around to that, Pokemon Day is going to happen, and we'll probably get the reveal by then.
How do you feel about the names then?
Right,
Win and Wave then.
I like it. I just be good. You know, I mean, Gen 9 was what it was. You know, I'm actually somebody that actually kind of liked Gen 9. Like the biggest thing I didn't like about Gen 9 was the hats. I didn't like the hats. The crystallized hats that they would have to wear. The concept was cool. Of like, oh yeah, they're changing their type. They're like, this ice dragon can now become a fairy type just by pressing a button. All right, cool, neat, fine. Why does he have a dumbass hat on? Why, like, I just didn't like the design of, well, terrestrializing. That's what it was. But that was mainly just me. I think it was like that, and I didn't like the raids that they did for Gen 9. I was not a fan of like the terror raids. The song was cool. Like the song was really cool for the terror
dude, the
raids.
soundtrack's amazing. Yeah,
but I never want to do a terror raid ever again. I will take the raid, like the Dynamax raids from Gen 8 over the terror raids. Oh my god, I hated it. I hated the terror. Like,
it's the those terror raids are the equivalent of, hi, I am a casual fighting game player, and it's like, all right, you are now being thrown into a fighting game tournament where the meta is keen, and if you don't play by those rules, you're done. It's modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Trying to play Master Duel. It's that.
Like literally there was a meta for using slow bro and stored power and all that.
I want to emphasize that you need to know the meta just to play one of the core things of the game. You have to breed your Pokemon perfectly, or you're gonna get fucked. That's the game.
Or you know, just everybody online has the same freaking Pokemon. Like, I can't tell you how many raids I did with like freaking, what was it, Iron Hands or whatever, the Hariyama thing,
and Azumarill.
Oh yeah, Azumarill. Yep, and that was the other one. It's like there's no variation Pokemon to that at all.
Oh, it's a Meryl's evolution.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It looks like a blue egg.
I probably should remember. Yeah, I probably should remember.
Oh man, but it's like it could have been better. So hopefully with like Wind and Wave, it's better if they do a raid system with it.
All right. So Che, let us know. Are you excited about Pokemon Day when it comes down the next 2 weeks from now on February 27th? On my dog's birthday, so a big shout out to that as well. So with that being said, we have the next section, the Anime Lately section, talking about anime and manga, and we have 2 things to talk about for this week. Is Tank Chair has an anime adaptation announcement, and also knowing that it's a monthly series having out, I believe last time I checked was 42 chapters, I believe was what I checked, or I think it was 38, somewhere in between. So to actually get an anime announcement this short in the run, that's great. And the second thing, it's more of a spiel rant. I'm just mad at this company. I've been supporting it since it first started. 12 years, been paying for the bills and everything like that. Because Crunchyroll raises the prices again over the past week. You know, if you was paying the $11 one, it goes up to $13. If it was going to 13, it goes to 15. If you go to the 17, I think it goes to 20, something like that. And I'm upset about this because Crunchyroll, cool, you are owned by Sony. You have these new ways of try to get the licensing of whatever series you're showing on your platform. The watcher could also want to read it as Apocalypse Diaries, Iruma-kun, the manga, or any other series that has been on the platform. They could also distribute it. Awesome. But then, as a dub watcher here with my wife, because she's not used to sub, so I watch dub with her, so it's easier to consume. There are series that that we're watching, and you have the Japanese words still in Japanese in the sub, but then the Japanese words are there, but there's no explanation of what's being said, and then you either gotta assume no Japanese or flip it back to sub to read what it was and then go back to dub just to continue what you're watching. But it doesn't work like that for every series, because unless you're a popular one like JJK or maybe Fearing or a few others that might get the extra translation on screen or have extra hires, also. But then you also have recently fuck-ups over the past 6 weeks of the winter season. You accidentally, because chat, we're recording on Monday. This Sunday morning, they literally uploaded Fate Stay Night Fake literally up on their platform and had to take it down like 20 minutes later. No, I think like 2 or 5 minutes later, because that was by accident and without the subtitles. That was an episode that was supposed to air this coming weekend. So they literally released it a week early. And also, one of the shows I'm watching for Off the Bench, Champion Witch. And that series, episode 6, I had to go on the high seas. I'd be watching on Crunchyroll. But then guess what? I can't watch it because they haven't freaking uploaded. They haven't done no update, no tweet, no message, no nothing. They literally, as of now, as of this recording, still have not uploaded the episode. And the episode 7, comes out in 2 days and 14 hours. So how is it that you have episode 6 that was supposed to be last week still not on your platform, and the newest episode still comes out in under 3 days? Like Crunchyroll, you're fucking it up and not looking well on your platform, and also raising prices when you're doing these type of small fuck-ups. It doesn't look good. And when you have a lot of dub watchers that you're trying to, dub audience, and you don't actually have translators, and you're also having a company that's trying to rival you, Amazon, trying to have AI subs or AI dub, and you are not trying to compete that or look good, what's going on, my guy? So let me know how you guys feel about this, Whawkins. I know you're ready to chime in, so talk to us.
Yeah, because, here's the other thing, too. Y'all's servers suck. Like, I was trying to watch Iruma on my way home tonight, and it stopped, and it was buffering. I'm just like, I have full service. What are you talking about? You're not playing the episode. Nani the fuck? Why are you doing this? And just before then, I got that notification. Like when I booted up the app, it's just like, oh yeah, your membership's going from $7.99 to $9.99 after starting in March. I'm like, all right, you're gonna like do better with your services, or do I have to go to the high seas? Because I have a website. You know, when I was doing those reactions for the channel, there was a site I used to grab the episodes from. I will go back to that because it's not a bad site. You know, I'm not going to name it because I don't want them to get in trouble and the site to go away, because, you know, a lot of y'all want to publicly give these places away.
They do that so much time.
I just don't.
Why?
I don't get it.
You got to shooting them in the foot.
You guys are idiots for doing that. I'm just like, why are you telling them where you read the manga? Why are you doing this? Shut up. Zip it. Or DM the person. Or be like, oh, join my Discord and find out. Maybe that. I don't know. Oh my gosh. But with Tank Chair, though, really quick, because this has been something that's been on my personal list. Just for a quick synopsis for everybody, just how batshit bonkers this looks like. First of all, the guy looks like he's a stand on a wheelchair. So already, you know, positive points. But a ruthless assassin ends up in a comatose state after protecting his sister. Only when faced with killing intent does he awaken back into his former self, now one in a heavily armed wheelchair.
That just sounds like a good synopsis to me. Like it can't go wrong in that.
That's just, that's stupid, and I love it.
I agree.
It's my kind of stupid. But yeah, no, Crunchyroll, y'all. At least it's still under $10. I'll say that. They haven't gone up to like the full 15, or at least with like its lowest tier.
Yeah.
But the moment y'all's lowest tier enters the double digits, bye.
And plus, look,
Crunchyroll.
You are a great platform overall, but you do have fuck ups that doesn't look good on you. You have the money, you're owned by Sony, just pay the translators, pay the people that literally, you will have more watchers, you will have more people come to your platform that will support. But when you are raising your prices, you have great service, cool manga being added, people could also be anime manga readers all on the platform. You could download the videos. I downloaded JJK. Use it watching Gojo versus Toji, the score beautiful on my screen. I was like, this is fucking a chapel music that I'm already hearing, the orchestra of Gojo being he's the fucking god. Great, thank you, Crunchyroll. But it will also be nice if you actually fix your shit overall and good service, and you can actually be more appreciated and less people on the high seas. But enough of me talking. Cloudy, anything to chime in positively, or you gonna take some, dog shit on it?
All I'm gonna say is that there's a reason why not many people use Crunchyroll and why they tend to go down the dark side of the internet just to have a reliable platform that doesn't try to pull this kind of shit over them.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all I got to add to that. Oh my god.
or I got a better one for you guys, because we move on to the next conversation, and this is a Weebs news talking about movie, TV, or anything media related for the pop culture. Like I said earlier, we'll be talking about the Super Bowl, we'll be talking about Paramount, Netflix, but the one thing that we gotta start off first that recently dropped today, earlier this morning at 9/11, when Discord will age restrict user from certain features starting next month unless the user sends a face scan or ID, meaning your government ID will be going to Discord like it does, when you do YouTube stuff or when you go to do other platforms for security purposes. But they have said it. YouTube has said it that they destroy said copy version after 6 months or 9 months, and when they need another one, you have to send another copy, etc. But I'm not going to speak more about this because I wasn't aware about this information that I got told off air. So I'm going to pass it to Cloudy to chime us in more about why this may or may not be a good idea.
So
have at it. I don't have
So the whole point is this is like a matter of you have the right intention, but you're doing it in the worst way possible. The whole point is that they're trying to limit people on the younger side that might be using Discord to, not access stuff that is not meant for them, adult stuff, and that's fine. However, the way they're trying to implement this change by making how do I put this? They have like an AI apparently that's like, oh well, this AI that has been spying on everyone will inform us of, all right, who are we going to automatically restrict? And if you don't want to be restricted, if you want to, have all the features of Discord, you have to submit a photo or use your government issued ID and prove that you're over 18 years old. The automatic problem with that is that Discord, even though they say they delete the photos, they don't hold on to any data. Unfortunately, past data breaches on Discord prove they absolutely keep the records. They kept them. And hackers got access to all that, so womp womp. So it's like
womp womp.
We can't really trust that Discord will handle this safely.
Look, chat. Does anybody have work in the office work or no? You're supposed to keep documents from 6 to 2 years minimum, and then max 5 years. After that, your choice to delete or not. When it comes to safe, uh, safety type important documents like government issues and everything, once it's used, you just gotta get rid of it. And when you're keeping it and you're doing stuff like this, it makes you look more bad than the way you try and do it. Like Trev said, the bad timing with good intentions.
Yeah, and what's hilarious is that apparently there's already a workaround because I don't remember what program it was, but Gmod, you can use the models from Gmod to fool the age verification thing, bypassing this all completely. If Discord uses the same method as the other one, which would be absolutely hilarious. But yeah, it's a kind of right idea. You don't want minors getting exposed to stuff because God knows if you're like a regular person, you can't control what goes on in the servers you visit. But this is not the way to go things, especially with the track record you guys have for keeping said data and keeping said secret identities safe. So
yeah.
Womp womp.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue with it. Is just like, we see why you're doing it. Like there's a good reason behind it. I'll just kind of suck at the execution.
Hey, chat. It literally has been every couple of years. It goes from AIM to MySpace to Skype to Discord. There has been many messaging direct messages platforms that's been made over the years, and it changes all the time. Will these companies ever learn and actually stay alive and stable without getting cut off because they make bad decisions? Only time will tell. Just like this next one, the lawmakers are pushing Netflix and Paramount to preserve as many jobs in Hollywood as possible for the Warner Brothers sales, said source by Rarity, that they're discussing that they're scared how both companies have pledged to cut business and costs and their track record from what they're usually known for with Paramount. And hey, just say, I haven't worked for Paramount in any production jobs, but I work for Netflix in the production jobs. And the stuff that I've heard that they have, like, instead of having a crew in a department of like each department having 8 to 12 people. Now some jobs in some departments are now 5 to 8 people or 4 to 8 people. So it's a lot less, and they're trying to downsize even though it's still the same amount of work. Will the pay be more? Probably, but you're doing more work than you could have done with more people on the job. So at the end of the day, it's like, will Netflix be honoring? Hey, sometimes they could change and be improved, but Paramount, with their track record, I feel like it's worse than when when they announce movies and they say, hey, instead of putting in movie theaters, even though we spoke about having a whole big sale, we changed our mind. We're going to have this big theater of a big movie of Avatar. We're going to put it on our streaming service platform instead and have less eyes and make more money out of it. So, how do you guys feel about this? The people in work and in production want to make sure that these companies still keep the people's jobs that are working under, with also AI and also doing the Warner Brothers sales, is that people may get layoffs like it usually happens, like it has happened with Lucasfilm and other companies that have gotten bought out.
Yeah, the whole reason I put that story in our little news section was that one line of, they are alarmed with how both companies have pledged to cut billions in costs. And it's like, oh, they're going nuclear. Like it doesn't even matter that Paramount Plus is, they don't know how to take no for an answer. They too are committed and being like, we can make it work too. We're going to destroy the entire HR department as well as the artist department just so we can get the money to do this deal. It's like, go away. And Netflix, fuck, man, you're going to do this too? No.
It doesn't surprise me at all with
Like
any of this. It really doesn't.
I get it. But with that being said, I have a positive note. One thing that I was very happy to see on here in the docket, and I did bring it up a couple weeks ago on one TV shows we're looking for 2026, and this was one of them. The Young Sherlock series had a new teaser/trailer for the show, and it's a show that I don't gotta catch up on. It's a show that I gotta watch weekly on March 4th, premiering on Prime Video. and I'm excited for it. I love the Sherlock series, the stories, the concept of it, and just having a young Sherlock that, hey, we might see a good 4 seasons if it succeeds, 5 seasons, and then he might not be young Sherlock. He may be like the actual Sherlock that we have always known him to be. How do you guys feel about this? Because I know I'm not the only one excited for this.
Yeah, I watched watching the trailer. You have to understand, it's like, even though this is another Guy Ritchie Sherlock Holmes project, this is not connected at all to the Robert Downey Jr. movies.
No, it's not.
And the primary reason, before any timeline conspiracy theorists tried to link it, it's like, oh, guy, this is like a action comedy romp starring Sherlock and James Moriarty. They're going on adventures together, solving something. Don't know yet. It was a bunch of explosions, a bunch of witty lines. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I mean, it's Guy Ritchie. I like what he does, so yeah. I can't wait to see what he does. Whawkins, quick, describe everything you love about the trailer. Go.
It's not young Sheldon.
Da 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 da.
Damn. Hey, you know what? At least it's not young Sheldon. At least we hope that Jack Sparrow comes back for this new reboot of Pirates of the Caribbean is being done in the works.
Don't get him started.
And focus on Jack Sparrow's son. We don't have the One Piece. We don't have Luffy's son. We have Boruto coming out and happening. And I'm just look. I want Jack.
Who's
Black.
the mother? Who's the mother?
He doesn't know. Well, the man and woman is
Trevor, you handle this one again. I can't.
Man, I love, by the way, a big shout out. Anybody, if you listen to some DJ or remix of the Pirates of the Caribbean OST, I highly recommend it. There's one that I really love that I don't remember the top of my head, but they're so good. The Pirates of the Caribbean has one of the best scores, and like, they're such a good films. I love the series of movies. You gotta have Johnny Depp back. You got to. Got to. But you have talked to us.
Anger. Rage. I see the attempt. We want to do another Pirates of the Caribbean story. And you want to do like a generational step forward. And it's like, all right, this time it's Jack Sparrow's son. We at Disney kind of already severed every tie to Johnny Depp we had before his innocence was proven. That's on us, but oh well, his son's going to be in it. Yeah, we can have references to Johnny Depp, maybe. There might be even a cameo if he's willing to do it. However, unfortunately, thanks to the 5th movie, you kind of have to ask, what story is there left to tell in this universe? Dead Men Tell No Tales. It introduced the concept of all curses and magical things. All the legends in the pirate universe are tied to this one little artifact. And, well, the said artifact, it got broke. It got broken, and then Davy Jones returned at the very end. It's like, how the fuck does that work? That breaks all the continuity. And it's like, what about Penelope Cruz's character? God, I wish I remembered what her character's name was. It's been a long time. It's like, well, what about her? Because we haven't seen her since on Stranger Tides thing. Is she the mother? Possibly. She did say, I am pregnant with child, even though that was a fucking lie, but who knows? It could be at this rate. There's already like so many loose ends from the 5th movie that if you try to do a reboot, it's like, well, unfortunately, you opened the door to them. You kind of have to address them, even though there's nowhere to really go in this universe.
You know what? Just make it into a multiverse. They call it a day. We have different versions
there
of Jack
you
Sparrow.
go.
We have alternate versions of Jack Sparrow.
Multiverse theory. The old multiverse theory. It always
would have
works.
been Honestly, I would have been fine if they took a page from their own comics and manga and did like Adventures of Young Jack Sparrow. Just adapt those stories.
Hold on. There is a manga.
Hold up. What?
There's an old friend of mine gave me a manga volume for Pirates of the Caribbean. It was kind of cool. And there was like a whole bunch of books that like just it's like, oh, these are Jack Sparrow's Young Adventures, where it's a lot more grounded. Still, there's some spooky stuff, but it's like nothing as grand as the latter movies tried to pull. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Just adapt that.
I never knew this existed. I'm glad I'm not the only one that's thrown off, because for Whawkins to do the same thing and same type of facial expression just works perfectly, because I'm like, what the fuck? This man already gave me on the spot where I could be like, I learned something new today. Check.
No problem. And also, I say this because this is a Disney track record. Whawkins will remember this. Vash, did you watch the new Haunted Mansion movie?
No. I thought that too.
But they made an original plot, and Whawkins, you and I, we liked that movie. We really did.
I vaguely remember that shit.
I remember us liking it when we watched it.
Yeah.
And I think the big gripe that I had in terms of adaptation wise, it's like, you guys turned a gimmick character into the main villain, and I'm not the biggest fan of how you adapted the ride into a movie story. And it's like, oh, wait a sec, you guys had the blueprint. You have many comics and many short stories where you can just take the Haunted Mansion as it is from those books and just translate it to a movie. Just do that. But instead it's like, no, I'm gonna make it the fuck up. Go wild. It's like, okay. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to this new Pirates reboot, because I'm gonna guess Jack Sparrow is gonna be a cameo, and well, unfortunately, the fifth movie has so many open plot holes that they're gonna. I have a feeling they're gonna bleed its way into this film. Unfortunately, they might do a Davy Jones teaser again.
Only time will tell. But
I remember they did the other one.
But you did say something you was not looking forward to, because I think, Chan, in case you didn't know, last week he spoke something to existence. There might be said person, might be said people that may be getting, the possibility of a new job, of a promotion. Trev, what is it that you spoke to? What did the Force tell you? What was it that you saw in your sixth sense that you spoke into the show, and then a day later you say in the Discord, in the chat, like, look, chat, it happened. I already said it. It came.
Called it. So in other Disney news, I'm pretty sure everyone heard about this, because every game outlet and every anime outlet I saw even was like, Disney has a new boss. It's, as I foretold, Josh tomorrow. But I'm not going to treat that as like some, grand vision I had. This was the obvious and safest choice they could possibly have. Josh tomorrow is pretty much like one of the big public faces in the Disney company, and the Disney company, they're always trying to find a way to win, trying to find a way to just make, the best decisions in the immediate sense. So I had to note, it was not a surprise that good old Josh got promoted. For those that don't know who Josh Damar is, he has been in charge of the Disney parks, the Disney cruises, I believe, and he also, I don't know if he is in charge of the international parks, but I'm pretty sure he helps oversees them. Now that he is moving on to CEO, I have seen conflicts of interest on both sides. All the people that have been in the theme park world have been saying like, oh, well, that's really cool, because Josh tomorrow, he does fight for the little man in a way. So I'm excited. It's like, interesting. Because then there's the other crowd. It's like, it's the same shit, different asshole, because Josh has a very famous record of, how do I put this? He puts the shareholders above anyone else's interest, if you guys know what I mean.
And I'm glad you brought that, because the next thing that we're going to talk about involving that pissed me off even more that you said. And I hate how these companies, all the thing about is money in their pockets without, like, yo, I get it. As a business, as somebody myself trying to go business and everything, you can't forget about the employees that work for you. And the end of the day, the mission goal statement that you first establish for yourself is for the content and media that you are trying to publicize to the grander audience. But big companies, big corporations just forget about that. And it's just like saying that the next goal for the person that's in charge of the creative projects, the new president, Dana Walden, their early my apologies, their early objectives are exploring. I was about to curse so much right now. Incorporating AI into movie production and improving profits generated from Disney Plus. Sorry guys, I just had to use my work voice because I was about to just go off in the middle of my own be professional here. And it pisses me off because just hearing a line of improving profits to generate from Disney Plus, you made that platform for the fucking pandemic to have literally everyone be accessible of whatever TV shows and other projects that you're making from what you used to do already of DVD to home, just have it in an actual streaming service platform since you have the catalog for it. But instead, you're going to also add AI into your movie production, in a production that I work in my day job, and you're going to add that as well, writing your own scripts. And you're also incorporating that in the next couple months in your Disney Plus platform, but having AI as a timeline type of social media thing, content creators thing. You guys are doing too much.
Yeah. And this also perfectly segues back into what I was saying. People say that good old Joshy boy is for the people. He's for the workers. He's all for creativity. Dana Walden's in charge of AI. And you may be thinking, okay, well, that's the company's decisions. Like, well, I'm sorry, but wasn't there a recent quote from the now boss of Disney where it's like, oh, AI is not going to replace human creativity? Well, you sure has had me fooled.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dana Walden is now specifically going to be in charge of that little Disney Plus project where anyone can just make anything, and it's going to be nothing but greatness. It's all going to be
it's going to be great to have Donald and Goofy. Never mind. I'm gonna keep it PG. Never mind.
You know who I feel bad for?
I'm gonna stop there.
You guys know who I feel really bad for?
The Muppets.
Yeah, yes, because unfortunately they're still replacing Aerosmith and Rock and Roller Coaster. Someone think that makes sense to me. But anyway, I feel bad for the West Coast in general. It's because those poor residents. Walt Disney is rolling in his grave so much at this point. I'm surprised that the constant earthquakes that his rolling grave meant didn't just cause everyone to just mass exodus out of there. It's insane. It's insane. Well, that's all I can say.
It's funny you mention a mass exodus, because there are some people who wanted or thought a mass exodus would happen during a certain sporting event that happened last night, or at least last night in terms of us recording this. That's right, the Super Bowl happened, ladies and gentlemen. The 60th Super Bowl happened. Game was trash. I'm gonna say that. I was not a fan of the game. Game was not it. Some of the commercials I saw from it were all right, I guess.
It's very lackluster.
I was not in good company. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
That too, you did mention to us on private internet. You did mention that, but I do agree on that. Yeah. The commercials, the ads for this year, it felt really lackluster. And Chad, you can understand these commercials are minimum to like $1 million to fucking $20 million. Just think about
Yeah.
this, and it goes from having a 1 second to I think the longest commercial like 1 minute and 20 seconds, I believe, or like 1 minute and 30.
Mm-hmm.
Just knowing that, just having a minute 30 seconds, yes, you're showing it worldwide and everything, but for 20 fucking million fucking dollars just to promote your fucking shit, it's insane.
Like, I'm sorry. Somebody educate me on this. Why is it that much? Why?
It's just
nothing
like
should be that much money.
it's just like
And
how
if you're spending that kind of money,
Mhm.
make your product better. Pokemon.
Oh,
Look,
AEW had one.
yeah, they did. I did. That one I see. I did see that was dope. But as the rest of the day, Latino, Hispanic, and Colombian here, Bad Bunny killed that performance. It was amazing.
Mm.
As somebody who's
Mhm.
Latino, not Puerto Rican here, Bad Bunny killed it. For my wife who's Dominican, there are next door neighbors and everything, and I will say she loved it. She took a video of the performance. In my head, I thought that's so adorable. I'm like, why are you recording this shit when I could go on Twitter or go on YouTube and I could find you a better version? But just seeing that, my wife just felt it. It was a special moment. There's a few content creators that I saw that posted their reactions, that posted their moments and how they felt like having Bad Bunny sing and having the representation of the plantation of the piagua, the drinks, the barber, the gathering. Yo, my favorite moment of that presentation of 13 minutes and 42 seconds was literally having the little kid sleeping at the party and having been told to wake up, like, come on, wake up. The party's still going on. I could fucking relate. I've been to family parties that even supposed to be a 5-year-old kid birthday party, but the party is still going on at 2, 3 in the morning, and the birthday party of the kid already went to sleep at 10 p.m. Why the hell are we still doing the fiesta at 3 in the morning? And a big shout out to the people that got actually married. It's been reported and told by Rarity and many other sources that the people that actually got married during the performance was actually real people that got married. They requested Bad Bunny to be there, invited him at their wedding, but they said, you know what? Let's actually have your wedding at the Super Bowl since I'm performing in a few months. And they invited him and had the Super Bowl and they got married there. I feel like that's like, yo, that's a bucket list check off. I feel like if you hit that shit, you gotta be together. Like, shit, like you literally had one of the best moments of your life. You literally got married in front of thousands in a TV that will be remembered, being discussed about, and literally on a Bad Bunny performance that you will never be forgotten.
Watch they get divorced next year.
Bro, if that shit happens, I'll be like, yo, what the fuck happened? Yo, Bad Bunny, bro, they got good luck. What's up? Also seeing Pedro Pascal, Cardi B, Becky G. We also saw Lady Gaga doing her performance in a little Spanish style of the song with Bruno Mars. I thought Bruno Mars was about to pop up. Ricky Martin was there. It was such a great vibe.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see much of it because I don't normally get to see the
halftime
show live just because we're usually watching it with family, and by the time halftime rolls around they're like, yeah, we have school in the morning for our kids and all that, so it's like, all right, we gotta go home then, so that way they can get ready and all that. So but I did see at least like one or two clips from it where like Bad Bunny like fell through the house that was there. That was a cool transition.
Yeah,
that was a really cool transition.
I felt like that was like a wrestling moment or like a nod to it, like because of him taking bumps. I feel like that's really cool to see. Also, a big shout out to Nate because he said during our call last night after the after Super Bowl, and he also said, yo, like the game was whack, but he said, look, I'm white and I could also still enjoy the song, the music, the performance. Yeah. Would I understand it and feel the vibe? No, but I got the vibe. I had a good time hearing the bumps, hearing the music, hearing the beat. Because he said this reference. It's the same thing watching anime songs and anime openings, anime ED, J-pop and everything. It's like you're literally hearing songs, you don't understand the language, but if you feel the vibe, you hear the music, it still hits you in the emotions. It's the same thing. Music is universal.
Yeah, like music is the universal language, and hey, fun fact, that's a theme that's talked about in the music festival arc of Aruma. Perish the thought. Holy shit. You see how everything just kind of ties together,
Everything's on
like
Wukong.
that. Everything is Wukong, everything like that. That's why here on Discord, I have my little thing on here that says life is music, because it really is. Like, you can't live life without music, because music is everywhere. Music is sound, and you have sound everywhere. Like, literally, if y'all remember like Stomp or whatever it is, where they're literally like bashing on trash cans, or hell, I got this remote right here. Holy shit, that's music. Oh my god, I'll perish the thought. Or hold on, that's music. Or my favorite piece, 4 minutes 33 seconds. That's the piece right there. Vash, you have no idea. There's literally a piece of music called 433, and it's just silence.
Understood. I'll check it out. I'll do the YouTube search.
Dude, that just gets to the philosophy with music and all that shit. But like, yeah, I don't know, man. Y'all need to just chill. That's all I'm gonna say. Regarding shit like that, y'all need to just chill out there, man. I need to chill out.
Hey, I'm just happy that the content that came out of it. There's a few on folks, content creators, a few just random people that was started to say that they enjoy Bad Bunny. I saw a random person doing a English version of the song of Bad Bunny, and it was hilarious. It was a white folk and everything, just a comedy that came out of it. And I saw a meme. American folks watching Bad Bunny trying to understand what he's saying. Spanish folks that understand Spanish still trying to figure out what is Bad Bunny saying. And I'm like, I can relate, because I'm Spanish Latino here, and I'm still trying to figure out what he's saying. When I heard the English version of Bad Bunny's song, one of his songs, I was laughing, because I'm like, oh, that's what this man is saying. I didn't know that. Oh shit, he's saying that in the Spanish version? Shit, now I know. I felt that. Look, guys, Spanish in any other country is so fucking different, and sometimes in the same country, in other fucking regions, is different dialects. As somebody who's Colombian and Caleño, sometimes when you even go to a different town, a different area, they have a different dialect, and sometimes you don't even speak. I'm told from my own wife that I speak fast, and yo, guys, Dominicans speak faster in my feeling, and I feel like sometimes I don't even understand them. So trust me, Spanish is universal as well. It's all the love language you need as well. If you know, mamacita, papicito, con la sexy, usted sabe de que estoy hablando, mi niña bonita. Right, Cloudy?
Yep. I enjoyed the bet. I never really paid attention to the Super Bowl. I was there for the teasers and any trailers that were making the waves on the web, but I made sure to watch the Bad Bunny show, and that was pretty cool. I really liked what was going on in there.
It was a good time. I didn't expect to actually, I also felt it was a bit short, but I loved the beautiful message. The best thing out of hate is love, and saying that we all come together. So, that beautiful message symbolic that usually a lot of artists use during the halftime, Kendrick Lamar last year with this year Bad Bunny. So, those messages are always meant to be told and be expressed. My apologies, I got a little cough there, but we're coming to the end of our show, and like you guys heard over the past week, we have the best of the Valentine, the love month, Black History Month. We have all these topics, all these conversations. Like next month is gonna be March Madness. We are here for topics of conversation. For this episode, we have the best date for Valentine's Day in reality and fantasy, because Valentine's Day is this coming weekend. So if you haven't asked out your high school lady, your college lady, your friend, your co-worker, your best friend, if the person that you feel like that you want to ask on a day is a perfect time. If you want to be cliche, hey bro, be cliche. Here's what you gotta do. As long as you make it work, make it right. Even if you do a white lie and then you take her out to a Broadway show on Valentine's Day weekend just to make things up, I'm not speaking from experience. Maybe it is from an 8-year-old thing. Just saying, chat. As long as you try and put the effort and take her to a Broadway show, it may fix anything that you do. But tell us in the comment section and let us know who would you take on a date and where would you go. We have 3 prompts. Prompt 1 is that what's your ideal date? No money limited. So if you want to go off, if you was like a millionaire, had $2 million bucks, where would you go? Private island? Would you go like our boy Omni-Man takes his wife to Italy and could take her out and eat some actual Italian food because you don't gotta pay the flight travel. You could just fly her out and take her out in the most anytime city and you got the money for it. Or if you did have a limit, and I put the limit for the guys a $2,000 limit, and then prompt 3, if you was in a fantasy store of your choosing, your date, what would you choose? Where would you go? In what world would be the date? Since, you know, some animes have that rom-com, have that little beach episode that will give us that expression. So let us know your answer, chat, because we'd love to think and know what's your answer? We'd love to hear that. Your Valentine's Day and happy Valentine's for any and those out there. Please be careful on those expensive ass flowers and chocolates. But I'm gonna pass it to Trev. Tell us about prompt A. What you think was your answer?
If I had unlimited resources, I would love to take. I would love to take my dear old wifey on an all-day VIP access to Paris. Just for like a couple days. And VIP access means that we can go anywhere, we can eat anywhere, we can go into any museum that she wants to go to for just a whole couple days. I would love to do that with her. Because she adores everything Paris. But to work within the $2,000 limit, I had to do a little research on this one. If I did the math right, I'm pretty sure that under $2,000 you can fly to Jamaica and stay there in one of their hotels for like a week. So yeah, I said earlier, I'm a beach guy. I would love to go visit Jamaica and just check out all the beaches and just check out the culture there.
All right, that's a nice one. I feel like you hit the nice date, simple, straightforward. You knew what to go with. All right, Whawkins, talk to us. What's your date to the reality?
Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, gravity. All right. I'm gonna paint the picture here. I'm gonna do a little bit of both of them, and kind of maybe add the third prompt in here. Why? Because I'm forever alone right now. The lady of choice, obviously, is little Miss Tifa. Little Miss Tifa. All right, there you go.
I would have not guessed.
Oh, surprise! I know. So for the $2,000 limit, that one's fairly easy. Let's go to the gym. Let's start our day off at the gym. Let's do a good old workout. Get our pre-workout in. Drink some of that. Lift some weights. Punch some punching bags. Have a good workout. Have a good time with that. And then afterwards, hey, that you guys know those restaurants. I'm blanking on the name of one of them, but it's one of those restaurants where they bring the meat to you. Yeah, they bring they'll go around and you have these little cards and you have have them flipped up if you want them to come by with their big old slabs of meat, and they'll come by, they'll cut you off a couple pieces.
Yes, I've seen
whatever
it.
you want. Yeah. We're going to one of those, baby. We're going to spend a few hours there. Why? Because my girl loves her some meat. She needs her protein after all. So, hey, got to get all that in there. So, we're still within our 2K limit, right here, gym time, this steak place, not too much to spend right there. That's when we go to our that's when we go to like a show or something, so like a Broadway show or something. We'll go out there and do our things, and then hey, we'll go into the hotel and have some hanky panky time. But no, with no limit though, nah, no limit. Still do the gym thing because hey, we still got to get the pre-workout in before the other workout later on, all that good stuff. But now this is where we have like the private island, the private jet and all that. Just hop onto there, go to our private island and just chill, just relax there. Maybe we have our own private thing there, but hey, that's also where the dungeon's at, to do all those fun things at. So, that's basically there. That's the mind right there when it comes to that. Now, if we were to choose like actual locations though, I mean, Paris isn't too bad this time of year, Ireland's not too bad. Wouldn't mind visiting the homeland of my peeps, of my poops and peeps. That's all I got. That's really all I've got. I mean, so you guys, it's been a hot minute.
So perfect last, because you guys are gonna be stunned. Well, here's my ideal day with the no money limit. So we got limitless money to do whatever the hell I want. One, I'm gonna start off at the end of the world, meaning at the last time zone, Japan, Australia, like where if I want to have my private jet, I'll start going east, because that means I will start gaining my time zone, my time date within those 24 hours. Still within technically a half a day, meaning there's still 24 hours in the day, the next day, but I'm cheating because I'm going backwards. So I'm going to start off in Japan, start off the morning there, and around March, because we're going to be around the sakura flower season, the cherry blossoms. We're going to be around there. So we're going to start having that morning breakfast. We're going to have some sushi, some type of miso soup. We're going to have that for breakfast. Then we're going to fly east with my private jet, like I'm Bruce Wayne, like Tony Stark. I got the money because I'm a philanthropist, going with that type of a deal. So that's where I'm going east. And then where I'm going to head east, I'm going to head, I always just had it. Now, was it Bangladesh? Was it Singapore? I'm gonna head to Singapore. I'm gonna head to Singapore. Ooh. Yeah. So I'm gonna go from Japan to Singapore for a couple hours and have like some morning party, afternoon party, and have some lunch there. And then after that, I'm gonna head to Italy, have some Italian food, have some fresh bread. And then after that, we're gonna go from Italy. We're going to head to California and end the day with parks, with the Disney, with the big adventures parks that we could enjoy ourselves with. So that is the limitless day with the money that I have. Now, for the 2K, with that scenario, that is, I'm going to start off the day. Actually, what Whawkins said, gym. I love the gym. I love a good workout. If it, like, my girl could do some Pilates, I could do my workouts on boxing. I could do some weight training. I could do some cardio. But we're going to start our day like that 5 o'clock morning day. So we're going to start at 5 o'clock morning. But where we're going to be is in Colombia. Because you know why in Colombia? Because that $2,000 turns into like 5K into pesos.
See, yep, there you go.
Yeah. So then with that, you could do a lot more, and you could go more leverage. So in Colombia, you could do a lot more.
Question though, getting to Colombia, was that part of your 2K?
I was already there because I got the visa. So like I said, this is me, so I'm already there. I got the passport, so I'm already there in that time. But if you want to count, I mean, flying there, cool. I already flew there. So for me and her, that's about $500. So I still have 1,000 or 1,300 left over. So that would turn into almost 3,000 in Colombia. So I still have enough for myself. So even if I still fly out for a day trip and arrive there at 5 in the morning, we go on a morning hike to one of the mountains right there, and then come back, have some good coffee, some good pan de bono, arepa con queso, and then we start up the day by going to a massage. Get a little nice body massage, go to a sauna right after, start clean, fresh a day. Since we did the gym workout, we get some nice and fresh sauna, some nice massage, and then after we go get some lunch. We get some type of Colombian / sushi is what we do, that style, the little mix. And then at the end we go to the pier, to the beach, because I am a beach fella, and she also loves the boardwalk. So the boardwalk is the type of flow that you will go with. So that's how you get the night with the beach, with the view, with the moonlight also setting there. Is what makes it romantic.
I like how we all have a similar theme of going to the beach.
Hell yeah!
I mean,
because
yeah, that's a very relaxing place, but also, our girls are there. Unless, never mind, I'm gonna keep it in PG,
Exactly. And then for the last one, the fantasy world. Which would I choose and why? Look, I'm gonna just be on mine because I know Trev has to go and give his. Who's the fantasy girl he will choose? Because we already heard Tifa, and Tifa has been going on that beautiful date with Whawkins. For me, I'm gonna be my boy from Demon Slayer, Tengen, and I'm gonna be having my little harem wife, but I'm gonna be choosing them. I'm gonna give you my 3. I'm gonna give you my Rias, my Asuna, and my Starfire from the DC Comics.
See, I feel like you're cheating a lot.
No.
You're cheating a lot.
No. You guys, I left the problem very open-ended.
No, wait,
very
hold
open-ended.
on.
I left the problem very open-ended.
Because there was no mention about us being a character or us.
I said, in a fantasy world, what do you choose and why?
You're cheating in all this.
It's very open. Hey, Trev could change his idea on the spot right now. So he's like, damn.
I'm not. I'm keeping mine sacred.
Yeah. All right. So, like I said, I'm going with myself as Tengen because, hey, if I'm going in that world, in a fantasy world, maybe my dream could become the reality. The harem that is in my mind could become the reality.
See, you said fantasy world, not multiverse world. Like, nah.
Okay, cool. Okay, my apologies. All right, if we're going in one world, then I have to choose High School DxD because I get Rias, Akaino, and then, any other third girl right there, they could be mine. So at the end of the day, that's the world I choose. And we could choose whatever she wants. Rias is my queen. She could do whatever by the choice she wants. If not, my second option would have been the world of DC Comics or of Marvel, because I would either be Peter Parker and be as many of fucking girls that, if you don't know the amount of girls that loves Peter Parker, then chat, please go look at it online. And the character in the DC Comics world is my boy Nightwing. If you don't know the amount of girls that he has gotten by being the chick magnate this man is, he literally has taken, bro.
He even got Harley Quinn in a movie.
Yes, I was there. I saw that. I was in a screening for it. And I was screaming, yes! And just beautifully animated and everything. Go check out the Route 34 chat. Anyway, Trev, what's yours?
All right, so my fantasy date is particularly based on a hobby to appeal to this one person, and that is Yoruichi from Bleach. I call dibs. I would love to go on a date. Here's the thing, she's already a giant tease about everything. She doesn't care. She flaunts it everywhere. However, you may be wondering, all right, well, what magical, mystical world could I use to impress her? Because she respects strength, she respects commitment, and she is up for a wild time. I'm taking that bitch to Mario Kart. I challenge her on a one-on-one. Yeah, what'd you say?
I said, great idea. I love that.
The whole point is all right, here's the deal. We're going to go on a date, all right? And we're going to go on Rainbow Road, Bowser's Castle, probably one of the DS courses. I do not mind the Isle Delfino Hills. and we're just gonna go crazy. And it's like, at first you can be like, oh, driving? That seems fun. And it's like, yeah. Now let me show you the item system. And it's like, oh, how interesting. So we can just, it's a test of battle. And it's like, yes. Now let me show you the blue shell. And it's like, that's my fantasy day. I feel like I would make a good impression because, you know, at least in Mario Kart, I'm good at that. I can use my skill set from almost 30 years of playing that series. I can use it there to impress.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a nice.
Whawkins, how about you, buddy? Old
Yeah.
Oh, you already got mine.
Yes, Tifo, but now that you heard our mixed match of fantasy world, do you want to change yours up a bit?
Nah.
Maybe a little slight change now that you heard like more of an open answer?
Look, the only other choice would be Orihime. But, you know.
Interested.
Yeah. The only thing I would change from that is instead of the gym in the morning, you know, hey, I would make the breakfast, you know, not that she can't, because, you know, her cooking is good.
Hey, some breakfast in bed.
I enjoy her cooking.
And morning melons.
I enjoy her, you know, cooking is good. Yeah, she could get in bed too. You know, that's not the only thing she'll get in bed besides breakfast. You know, but that's besides the point. You know,
some meat sausage, right?
Yeah. You know, nice little hot dog being put through a donut. You know. Yeah.
Exactly, Chad. So please let us know.
Good old Claire.
Let us know in the comment section down below what you guys think about our choices. What date would you guys have gone in these scenarios of one with limitless money? What would you do with no choice? Like, was it that you would take with your significant other, or in your fantasy, what character, or in your open world choice like Smash? I was about to say Smash Bros. Or you're about to fight? No, you're about to do Mario Kart, like racing them. Or like me, you know, High School DxD, or be Peter Parker, Nightwing, with the amount of ladies that he has been with, Chick Magnet. Have your own harem, Harley Quinn. You could be the one tied up and getting pegged. Who knows? Anything could happen with these scenarios. But let us know in the comment section below, because we have come to the end of our show. In the Big News Buzz Central, we have finished our main topic. We have finished our Otaku Parlor. How do you guys feel about this show? How great it was? We actually had a 2-hour show instead of a 2.5 for the past two episodes.
Look, my final choice was Orihime. All I'm gonna say is gonna make her go Santa and Kishu, and I accept.
Yes. If you guys know the reference, I'm talking to him. If you know the reference, go check that out.
Good one. No, that was a good one. Wait, no, that was a good one. Look,
chat. Also next week,
that's all
we
got.
We also have the conversation of the PlayStation showcase. I was about to say award show. The PlayStation showcase is happening this Thursday on the 12th, so go check that out. We will be talking about the news that came out of this coming week involving that showcase, and we'll be having another lofty month. If you guys have any options or any suggestions, please let us know in the comments section below, because we'd love to hear of any topics or any show. Like, hey, The Boys is coming back next month. One Piece, we'll be talking about it as a special one-off in a few weeks of our own conversation about that. I'll be watching Daredevil and a few other shows. So if you guys want to hear more about a conversation, please let me know in the comment section. Troy, if you got any last thoughts or any last bazingas that you want to mention?
Cancel the Pirates movie. There's still time.
Yeah, you have to have
and
Jack Sparrow.
dunk the Goku.
Yes, dunk the Goku.
Yes. Stop working with AI. Just stop. If you want AI, you know, have them probably make our chores clean. You know, probably have them actually do service that helps us to be content creators, you know, actually have a livable wage. Things that used to cost like a bag of M&M's candy that used to be 50 cents when I grew up. Now it's like for one candy is like a full $2 here in New York. I'm like, yeah, still the same candy, just raising the price. That's all you're doing. Copy, understood. Crunchyroll.
Also, dear Josh Tomorrow, you want to prove yourself as a good Disney boss? Start course correcting the things that made everyone pissed off in the last couple weeks. That'd be nice. Good start.
Yes. So with that being said, we have done our show. We did episode 213. So guys, we have episode 214 and 215 for the rest of this month. Let us know if you guys have any topics, any discussion for us, because thank you for joining us on tonight and taking the time to listen in. The Weebs Lounge podcast was presented by AniMa W3 Studio, where anime, manga, wrestling, webtoons, and everything involving of the entertainment of media and for the positive representation for the weeb culture. And our production team, Vash, Whawkins, Trevor. Special thanks to the producers, and don't forget to follow the socials of the brand and the team. All the links are down below in the description. Lastly, share, like, and most importantly, give feedback and let us know what you thought of this episode. You guys is what makes and help us succeed. Thank you for the audio listeners, and thank you for our YouTube watchers. Both of you guys, thank you for watching our 20, 40, 50, 100, 200, 300 viewers. Always gladly appreciated. And on behalf of everyone at AniMa W3 Studio, we thank you for joining us on the Weebs Lounge podcast. We see you later. Take care. And this podcast was not recorded by a live studio audience, but we did tell them, in case they were there, was to put a slab of mozzarella cheese or American cheese, whichever you want, on the pancake and make it with a McGriddle, or eat it by yourself with a bit of syrup on the side and sing Kumbaya, because it's that amazing. Have a good night. Have a good morning. Have a good day. And take your libations with you. Happy Valentine's.
Don't do it.
Yarg.
Yeet.
Well, that was a fun, rousing round.
Yeah, exactly under 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.